Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to read 3 articles about 3 different instances about public services in the media, each of which have a certain different aspect and different way of looking at it. On my right hand side we've got Jodie Hayes, I am Ian Manley, and we've got Lewis Story on my left hand side. For the first article I'm going to be handing over to Jodie.
First we're doing the G20 protests and the death of Ian Tomlinson. Now, according to what the public was saying and what the police were saying, he was unlawfully killed by a hit to the head. It was PC Simon Harwood, and he acted illegally and used excessive and unreasonable force. Ian Tomlinson was a homeless 47-year-old with an alcohol problem. He was hit with a baton and posed no threat to either the police or the public. Simon Harwood was put in court for manslaughter, and he went to court in October and pled guilty to manslaughter, and the judgment will be in June of this year. The first autopsy said that he died of a heart attack, but the other two said that he died of an internal bleed. This, I think, basically portrays the police as being a bad thing, that they can use their force a lot more than other public services, and I think that in this case it was taken too far and caused the death of a man that was posing no threat. So it just portrays a bad view on the police.
I'm doing about the London riots, obviously last year. Everyone was shocked at the riots at the time when some people were smashing up shops, setting fire and stealing from shops. In some cases they were also stealing from members of the public. All the riots began because of the killing of Mark Duggan, 29 years old. The riot first broke out in Tottenham, North London at the time, and then it spread across the country to places like Manchester, Birmingham and Bristol. In research, it was shown that it's between 13,000 and 15,000 people have been actively involved within the riots. Obviously, the government at the time was saying there's no excuse for criminal behaviour, and they were also saying the lack of hope for young people because of parenting, all the criticism from them. At the time, the police basically couldn't do anything. If they were going in heavy-handed, they'd be basically annihilated, for it, so they'd just get told saying basically going heavy-handed, it's not allowed, it's too hard on the members of the public. But if they weren't going heavy-handed, like places, shops were just getting set fire, stolen, smashed up everywhere. So basically overall there was nothing the police could do. So basically, yes.
Right. I'm going to speak about Brown Road. My case study is coming from The Independent on 20th of September 2011. Okay. There's a lot of things regarding it. As you all know, he killed his girlfriend shortly after he died. There's a lot of controversy as to how he died, whether it was the police's fault or his fault. So, the taser they were used, the X12, it was actually unauthorised. It was only licensed to be used for testing. It wasn't supposed to be field used. It's been proven to be ineffective. More often than not, it doesn't incapacitate the target. And the idea of it is the initial shock from the taser hitting you will give you a shock, and then when you go to pull it out, it'll give you a secondary charge, and that will incapacitate you. That failed. People say it can be a very effective weapon, a non-lethal weapon, but it needs improvement. The X26 taser, the one which handheld taser they were supposed to be using, doesn't have the range to be dealing with that situation. So they were left with very few options at that time. There were a few others though. There were other things they could have done than use an unlicensed taser, but there wasn't many things. The initial autopsy showed it was the taser's fault for killing him, although a secondary autopsy by recommendation of the family of Riots said it was in fact Riots' sawn-off shotgun which killed him. So initially the weapon shouldn't have been used, but that is not what killed him. So the Independent has got a very unbiased view on this. It's saying that it shouldn't have happened in the first place, but it wasn't the police's fault in this occasion. That's all we actually have on this presentation. As you can see, there's 3 completely different ways of saying a story, which can mean a completely different highlight on the public services, regarding how they say it. Thanks for listening.